All right, Dr. Shankopotamus here. I'm working on Xikar, I think it is. Xikar. It's for a cigar, a cutter for a cigar. Already got it apart. I don't know the model number on this. There's a patent number, 5937523, but I don't know if there's a model number. I assume I have another one of these that's black plastic on the sides. I've had this one a lot longer. I really like the wood on the sides of it. It's really nice. It's always been a very smooth, easy to use cutter. And maybe about 6-8 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, maybe almost a year, it started kind of acting up, and it got to the point where it wouldn't open at all. This is your, for lack of a better word, I guess, your plunger. Like I said, I don't have a manual, I don't know what the names of all of it are, but this piece is all inside there like this. Let me show you this little rod I just took out. This screws off. Okay, this is just your pull. I guess you call it your pull or your pull knob. It screws out. There's a little place here where it screws into what I guess we can call the plunger or the actuator or something like that. Here's the problem. This little guy, let me get him up here. He's kind of small. This little guy, you can see him, and you can see up there at the top a little bit where he's kind of, you can see the metal, and you see black anodized and metal. It's hard to see up in here. I really can't see all the way in there, but I can feel it. It's hard to show it on camera. I can feel the ridges. So essentially that's supposed to screw in. That's where where there's a screw and it sits up in there. So what had happened over time, just multiple times, or if this slipped out and then it started getting pushed on and back in, and it messed up the threads. So the threads are stripped out, so it won't screw in anymore. And here we go. When you get it set up, these pieces, make sure y'all can see, my hand's kind of in the way. These two pieces go like this. These are your cutters, one on each side. They fit, up into here. Okay. These are your screws. There's two of these little screws, and there's a spacer that is for your pivot down here. These screw into each side. What you're going to need to get those off with is going to be a little a Torx like this. It's a T8. Yeah, it's a T8. So small Torx that you're going to use. The thing you might want is a pair of needle nose pliers of some sort, so you can get a hold of this little guy. Because once you take one side off, he's slick and smooth. It's really hard to get him off. So if you just grab him, once you get one side off, then you can get him out. I had to pry one side all the way up and slide it off the top, and then I was able to get a hold of it. So it made it a little bit tricky getting this out, but it works. So anyway, that's how it looks when it goes together. Now, so it's already apart. I don't want to put it together and take it apart and do the video. I thought, this is kind of interesting, and I think that this may help some people out. I don't know how many people have these, but it might. So what happened was, this, you can see it won't stay in. Whoop. Okay, well now it stays in, of course, but it will slip out. It's got a spring on top of it. You can get this spring right here. What we're calling the plunger, I guess, or the actuator, I guess is what it'd be. So it's got a spring that goes down on top of it. Okay. And then the spring sits down on top of this other spring, right? And this flat spring here, you can see does this, fits just about perfectly into, I'll move my hand, you can see into there. See this? Fits right up in there. This guy sits down in between them. And then when it's locking, I'll show you on the table, because I'm explaining this, I think it's cool how stuff works. I have an engineering background, I think it's really neat. So when this actuator is up, and that's how it looks closed, so it's tucked up into there, in between these two, as you can kind of see. I think you can kind of see. Let's just look. See there? Tucks in, and it keeps them from coming apart. The spring, here we go. The spring is going to be, I can't do it without it together because it'll flop, but the spring is on the inside of each one of these, sitting like that, and it's pushing it apart. So once you drop it off of this notch right here, all right, let's see. Whoop, let's turn it. Yeah, come off of this notch right here, drop it down. The spring pushes it open, and then when you push it, then the actuator locks into this position like this, with it open. actuators in between the two right now, right there. So that's the limit for opening. So that's the limiter for opening. And then once you want to put it back together, you just push it like that, and this spring shoves your actuator back up, locks it closed. Kind of neat, right? Pretty simple, but kind of neat. So what happened was, where this got stripped, this had fallen out, and it's short enough that if it falls out, it was still inside of the spring. Let me get this for you here. Okay. So it was still inside of the spring, but it had fallen out to the point that it was stuck off of the side, like that. It's no longer, y'all can see, it's no longer actually in the hole where it belongs. It had fallen out, and that keeps this actuator from being able to be pushed down. And so your spring, once you close it back, you still have enough spring to push that back up, but since your little rod is in the way, the little rod down there is in the way, it won't slide down and you can't get it to pop open. So anyway, that's the whole mechanism. That's how it works. It's pretty cool. And there's an easy fix, I think. There's an easy fix, some of this stuff right here, or any kind of, super glue that you got out there. I like the gel. One little tiny drop I'm going to put into here. I'm going to put one little tiny drop in, and then I'll put this back in and slide it up. You just need this to support the spring, so it'll end up a little bit deeper than what it was supposed to be, but I just want to make sure it stays. And then this is really just, like I said, to keep the spring on there. That's what that's for. But once it falls out and it's sitting up against the side instead of in the hole, then you cannot push your actuator down and open it. So there it is. Kind of neat. Like I said, I like these engineered mechanisms. Kind of simple, kind of a neat idea. I've always thought it was neat how this thing just pops open. Pull down, it pops open. Push it back together, it stays closed, and that's how it does it. So anyway, I'll put it all back together. I'm going to super glue this. Have to wait a little while, put it all back together, get a quick video of it all back together. But yeah, that's if your cigar cutter sticks and you can't get it open, that's probably what's going on. So easy fix. Don't throw it away, especially if it's a nice one like this. This nice one, I don't remember how much it costs, but it's just nice wood accents on the side. So all right, I'll get it glued up and we'll see how it looks here in just a little bit. All right, so I changed my angle around a little bit too. I think it's got a little bit better picture so you can see what we're talking about. So just finished super gluing this little bad boy back together, so he's in there now. He's not coming out. As I mentioned before, your spring, I know my hand's in the way, I almost dropped the spring, goes in on here. Okay, this will fit up against your spring. Oops, flip it over, and be inside here, coming in like this. Okay, so get him back together and ready to go. I bet I can hold it together better. Now, of course, this has to come back out to get it all the way down and together, but it might be a good start just to have this in there a little bit. There we go. I might hold it on there better. You see that guy just falls out when you pick him up, so you're going to want to get him. Let's see if I can show this. Get him in there. Now he's just a little bit, see, not a lot of spring load on him. But in order to keep him, get your sides right, put him up here. You can actually squeeze with this to help hold him. Squeezing across here. And then this one, I think this is going to work. Actually, he has to be down, doesn't he? I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go in. I know it's hard to see with my hands in there, but one side in. Okay. Now this time, before I move the next side up, I'm gonna go in like this right here. You see? I'm gonna bring the spring up just a little bit. And get the spring where it is behind this guy. I mean on top of this guy. Okay. I'm not letting go at the top, so I want to make sure it doesn't pop out the top. And there it pretty much is. If I can slide this down and keep both springs in where they belong, I'm going to hold them here, then we should be okay. Okay, it's kind of sticking on something. I want to keep it from Okay, I know it is sticking on something, so I've got to figure out what. Yeah, it's hung up on these little pieces, maybe here. Okay. The other side, yep. So this came through just a little too far. Can you see that? So put this spring, get him in there where he belongs. There you go. Slides are right on down. Now what you want to try to do, if you don't hold it together when you take this off, we're gonna, well, let me get a picture of this. If you don't hold, whoop, that's hard with it backwards. Let's get a little more. If you don't hold this together, when you pull this out to slide your top over, your cover over, it's gonna pop off. So we have to, some mechanics of the shenanigans here. See if we can show this happening. I'm gonna hold it like this. I didn't screw it in real tight, so it should come out. There it goes. Apart. So leave your insert in. Here you go, like that. Then slide this guy down. He'll stick a little bit because it's got a little lip on it. But just get it up and over that little lip. Here we go. Up and over that little lip. There he goes. And then once you're down, and it pops in. Oops, sorry, there it is. Look at that. So let's see how this works. We get this one on. Sorry, I picked up the wrong thing. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So get this guy back on. Oh, come on, almost, there he goes. Oh yeah, tightened down nicely. Now it does still have some Loctite. Little blue on there. If you want to add some extra, you can. I might come back later and add it, but I just want to make sure that this thing's actually going to work now. I really think it will. Okay, I think the last thing to go on is going to be this piece here. I'll get him in there. I know it's hard to see with my hands all in front of the camera, but all I'm doing is trying to get him screwed in. Okay. All right. So let's just see there. Just like new. Real smooth mechanism on this thing. Works just like new. How about that? So there it is. Now you can see the XI when it's closed on this side. And then when you open it, you can actually see everything. Okay, so sweet. Well, there it is. That is repairing the Xikar, I guess it is, cigar cutter. You can see this thing is really nice. It's definitely heavy duty. I didn't want to just throw it away, so I'm glad I took it apart and tried to figure it out. If y'all have one of these, that's probably going to be your problem. And what was happening is, I wish I'd have shown you before I took it apart, but what's happening was this wouldn't slide down. So the little rod inside of there had come out, was sitting up against the end of it, and was not where that hole we could line up. When it first started, occasionally it would slide down, so that means it was kind of slipping in and out. Once that rod was all the way out, it just wouldn't open. But now you can see with it put back together, there we go. All right, well, Dr. Shankpotamus fixing the Xikar, whatever patent number that was, cigar cutter. Hope this was helpful for you guys smoking a few cigars here and there. Don't smoke too many. But anyway, if you like it, little thumbs up. Join up on the site there, and I'll try to post more just fixing it stuff around. All right, you guys take care. Bye.